The issue is, what role do we play? Are we at the mercy of? Are we under the heel of, so to speak, this oppressive world system? Are we simply here waiting for some divine interaction to take place that shifts everything for us and causes the world that we live in to be what we want it to be? Depending on the paradigm that you approach life from, the dynamic that you were culturally trained in, whether from birth or whether something you adopted later on, you're going to find out in your life, one way or the other, why you're here. There's a purpose. And if we adopt the ideas that have been handed down to us and the ideologies that are implanted into our minds that we expect to be the identity that we walk in other words, we identify ourselves as a Christian, a Muslim, a Republican, a Democrat, a country western fan, a classic rock, it doesn't matter what we're identifying with if we have not come to a place in our lives where we can identify the fact that, hey, I'm here because God wanted to put someone in this system that could bring his presence, bring his change. When you were conceived, there was a unique signature expression, unlike, as far as science has been able to record, any signature expression that ever has been before. Unique biologically, energetically, spiritually, the personality, the soul, the essence of who you were at conception. Was not some flesh bag getting ready to be born so you could grow and then grow old and then die. It was literally a place in conception where you beheld the fullness of the kingdom. You beheld all that there is. You knew what was happening on this planet, and you knew what the realm of the spirit was wanting to bring forth. You knew your purpose. You knew your cause, your calling, your power. And there were no surprises in that place because you knew you'd not yet been tainted. But for many of us, even in the womb, even very shortly after conception, the outer world of the flesh, this fleshly world system, began to tear away that understanding, that peace, that presence, that power, not from reality, but from experience. Born into a world where we are literally born into a world system where we are told, hey, you're simply here to live, pay taxes and die, they say, right? Two things you can't get away from, death and paying taxes, whatever. Like we're brought into the limitation. You got to work hard for everything. Relationships are hard. Love is difficult. You can't trust people. These are the bad guys. These are the good guys. These are the things that we have programmed into as a child. And it's these programs that are put into us that we accept as reality because we see them, right? I mean, we're able to reach out and touch them. We can feel them, hear them, smell them, taste them, understand them in this physical, three-dimensional, five-sensory experience. But that overlay that the scriptures refer to as the flesh, it's literally electrochemical processes that become automatic or unconscious in the body. Science is actually able to map this and demonstrate it now, which is so cool to me. This flesh life, I am Thomas. I live in a house. I am a minister. I am a dad. I am a husband. I am a friend. I am a Republican. I am a Democrat. Whatever those things are. Those identities, those are not who you are. When you were conceived, you knew who you were. You understood the reality that you were called to. You heard the voice of God, beheld his face, experienced his life in full manifest glory. And in that place, when you knew who and what you were, there was a seed or seeds from generations past. And not just generations past in your own family line, but generations past in the entire world system around you. And when you plant a seed in soil, it's going to bring forth a harvest of sorts. And the world that we are born into is a world that is already in full harvest, full bloom of whatever it is. I feel like very few people are born into a system where they feel like, hey man, like I'm special, where their parents really invest in them, not just with the words you're special, but with the understanding this is the unique reality that you are. This is your actual self. This is who you're supposed to be, intended to be in this world. Now, a lot of parents do that, but it's like they think their kid's supposed to be a doctor, a politician, an actor, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. Because most parents lack the intuitive reality of the kingdom and understanding the nature of humanity in Christ. Like they just basically completely miss the mark. And not always, but as a general rule, I believe you would find that to be true. If you looked at your own life, if you talked to 20 other people, 2,000, 20,000, 2 million, 20 million, 200 million other people, it doesn't matter. You're going to find that to be true. Because your parents were born into a world system and they got caught up in all the programming that's here. And so they also got stuck in that loop and they completely lost track of who they were. You've completely lost track of who you are, who you were intended to be. And maybe not completely, and maybe you lost it and you've been getting it back. Maybe you're completely unaware. Maybe you think that what you believe is who you are and you're just as deceived as you can be, my friend. But when we're born into this world system where this harvest around us, this horrific war, the ultimate madness, corporate madness, pestilence and hunger and all of these other things that are taking place in our world, you're born into this world system and they confirm to us that we're just flesh bags headed for the grave and that it's going to be hard and difficult and you'll probably be alone and you'll probably be betrayed and you'll probably die nothing, nobody. And though you may amass wealth, guess what? At the end of the day, it's not going to go to the grave with you unless you're just one of those weirdos that wants to bury all your money and loot with you. Which is cool, I guess. Better idea, give it to me, or somebody else that can use it, preferably your kids. And then if not, like there's plenty of need out there you could share that with, but you're not the things that you have. You're not the things that you believe. Regardless of how good or how decent your life may be, the truth of the matter is if you are not living in continual experiential communion with God, source, universe, you can put whatever label you want to on it right now. I'm not worried about that. I have no ideology to try to brand you with. But there is a reality beyond the five senses, a reality beyond this world system, a reality beyond the division and the strife and the conflict that you came here to be a solution in. There aren't problems that need to be solved. There are solutions that need to become aware of what's in us that's supposed to come forth. You're the solution. Like, you're here because that divine nature is inside of you. It doesn't matter what your belief systems are. It doesn't matter what your ideologies are. All of the things that make it contrary to the life of love that you are to manifest to this earth, they are just illusions. They're illusory. They're a veil. The Apostle Paul talked about a veil that concealed the heart. And he said, but when the heart turns to the Lord, the veil is removed. You are not here because you were an accident. Maybe your parents thought you were. Oopsie, I'm pregnant. Maybe they thought so, but you're not. When you were conceived, the kingdom of heaven was bringing forth a unique expression, something beautiful and profound and powerful that could enable the world to see the likeness of God through you. See, God's infinite. There's so much to him. You're not like reincarnated, like we don't need you to come back. You're a unique expression. When you leave this physical, I can say it, physical expression. When you leave this physical expression, this 3D, 5-sensory reality, and you go back into spirit, you simply become a collective part of that which is working and moving to bring about the harmony and the balance of the kingdom. God wants there to be peace on earth and goodwill toward men. I mean, it's September 2024 right now, and Christmas is right around the corner. We're going to sing all those songs, but do we really know what we're singing? Do we really understand that we're really here to bring peace? It's about who's in charge of the systems of this world or new systems coming up to completely remove the old ones. And you're the solution for that. I don't care who you are. Don't know. I'd love to get to know you. But what I'm saying is it does not matter who you are, where you're from, what your station in life is right now. You tune into or get back to, allow yourself to go into that place, into that realm of the spirit, that metaphysical, that quantum realm that infinitely expands within you, from which you come and from which all of the expression around us also continues to grow and expand. You get into that place, that's where you'll find it. That's where you'll get back to it, because that's the place you were when you were conceived. Look, man, the suffering's here. Where's the solution? Where are the solutions? Where are we? I really feel like it's a wonderful time right now for people just to shut the devices off, turn the TV off, stop getting wrapped up in all the divisive nonsense in the world, and simply get to a place where we can be quiet before God. Not a God without. Oh no. What a lame God that would be. The God within. That nature that is within you. This is within us. It's time for us to get back to that, because the things that are coming in the world, the things that have been at play for a long time, the things that were set up a long time ago that have been slowly progressing to bring more damage, more harm, more pain, are still working. But man, look at our world today. There's less people in poverty, less people starving to death. There's honestly less war overall right now, although we're more aware of it because of our media. But there is a greater level of peace in the earth today than there ever was. And you can disagree with that. I don't care. This world's not getting worse. It's going to get better if you'll be the solution. Stop touting that things are supposed to get worse and be the solution. Find a place where you can be who you were meant to be so that you can be that person in the experience that we are here. Because when you find God on the inside, you will 100% experience God on the outside through you, and not just through you like you're some type of a vessel, but with you as a partner, as a friend, as a cohort, as a comrade in arms, if you will, advancing a kingdom of love and of peace and of righteousness that knows no end. And so my prayer today is that we would simply become a people that would get away from all of the noise, all of the prophecies, and all of the psychics, and all of the predictors, and all that nonsense. Just get away from all of it. Shut it all down. And become a people that can know and experience and hear and feel the good things that God has for us in this world. Until next time,